Shalom, shalom. Go ahead. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren pushing this word in all sincerity and in truth. All right. Shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the men, women, and children that will receive mercy from the Lord in these last days. Shalom. All right, I'm the brother Dama Agibar here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and I'll title this, the name of this lesson, A Destroying Wind, with question marks or something to that effect. All right, and just going into quickly what that destroying wind represents. And like it says here above this chapter, it says Babylon judged for the sin of Israel, against Israel. All right. The one thing you have to understand is this Babylon in Jeremiah, the 51st chapter, the 50th chapter, the 54th chapter, and various scriptures that I'm going to go into is, is speaking about America. All right. But it's not just, it's a mystery. It's spoken in code. All right. And the great judgment that is coming to Babylon the Great for its sin against the Israelites, who are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. The Lord has this destroying wind as a form of judgment that's going to fall upon Babylon the Great and ultimately destroy it in these last days. All right. And that destroying wind is these nuclear missiles, or what the Bible refers to them as, are arrows. You see, and one thing you have to understand, when the prophets saw these missiles, they didn't know what a nuclear hypersonic weapon was. All right. They could only describe it as best as they could at those times. And when you look at these missiles being shot, they look like arrows, but a more powerful, highly sophisticated arrow, shaped just like an arrow. It has that sharp point, but instead of these arrows being shot from a bow, they're being shot from launchers, from silos, from, different shooting points. You see right here how it looks like it's an arrow being shot. This is what the prophets saw. And this is how they saw Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America, being judged and destroyed by that destroying wind. All right. And when you watch how these nuclear missiles, once they've have been detonated in the way that they destroy, they release this sweeping wind of destructive force. All right. And this is ultimately how this place, Babylon the Great, will be judged. And I'm going to go into some precepts, breaking this down. And if, hey, you can receive it, you'll see it. All right, so I'm going to start here in Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. It says, Babylon judged for sin against Israel. All right, and it says, thus saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, or America, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. You see, and this is the Lord showing Jeremiah the judgment that's going to befall Babylon, this destroying wind. All right, and it's speaking about these nuclear missiles, as I will show you. And it says, and I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. And those fanners are dealing with these other nations. Like you can see right now, America is really, pushing Russia to the point to where now Russia and Putin is talking about releasing tactical nuclear weapons on the West and NATO. The more that they're striking deeper into Russia, they're using Ukraine as a proxy to come at and to attack Russia. We know that eventually Russia is going to have to respond. You see what's happening over there in the so-called Middle East with Hezbollah and with those small hats are all raising these fanners to eventually, BRICS nations. They're all going to eventually link up, and they're all going to eventually shoot their missiles here on Babylon the Great. You see, so everything that's happened as far as this third world war being pushed, coming to where it's going to eventually lead to, nuclear war, which Babylon the Great, America, will be the ultimate loser at the end, because it's all part of biblical prophecy. This is all the stirring and the working of the Heavenly Father to bring his word to pass. You see? It says, for in the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about. And you can see that right now in the spirit. A lot of these countries and a lot of these nations, they're all getting together. Like I said, all these countries are trying to join the BRICS. They're all dumping the dollar. They're all slowly but surely, separating themselves from the power that America, and that this Western Caucasian empire is concerned. Everybody is moving away from the dollar. Everybody's trying to get away from the grip and the oppression of America, Babylon the Great, and they're all coming together, you know, eventually to be these fanners, to, you know, to come together and eventually destroy Babylon, America, with these nuclear weapons, man. And it's all the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And look at this in the NLT in the second verse. It says, foreigners will come and winnow her, blowing her away as chaff. And that's physically, that's literally with these nuclear missiles. It says they will come from every side to rise against her in her day of trouble, which is going to be ultimately the day of the day of judgment. In verse 3, it says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. You see, and this is a symbolic talk of these nuclear missiles, meaning those that have these nuclear capabilities, you know, Russia, China, the UK, India, you know, Turkey, Iran, Russia, China, North Korea. And scriptures even tell you that a lot of the allies are going to turn on her, that her being the Babylon the Great, America, and burn her with fire, man. Because it's all ultimately the will and the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And it says, against him that bendeth, let the archers bend his bow. And against him that lifted himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. You see? And this is ultimately what's going to eventually happen. All right. The Lord's going to put the spirit on these nations to literally empty all their nuclear missiles. Because one thing I can tell you for sure is that these missiles are not going to be put up in a museum and not be used. All right. These weapons are going to be used because it's ultimately the indignation of the Most High. Let me show you this. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire. So the Most High has given man this, you know, the ability to split the atom to create these weapons of mass destruction, ultimately for his purpose, for his will to be done. And this one thing that these people on this planet don't understand is how Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, operates. They don't understand the ultimate will of the Most High. That's why when people hear us bring these breakdowns down and tell them how these nuclear missiles was created and that they're the weapons of the Most High's indignation, and that he put it on the, he gave man the mystery to create these things, they get all weird. They don't understand. They call us crazy. They say, oh, well, that's your own interpretation. Or, well, why would God want to create these things to do all these things? Because that's what the Lord wants to happen. You know, hey, it's the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And this is his story. This is his planet, and we're his creation. So therefore, hey, the Lord wants these things to be done so that the wicked Esau, Edom, can be judged and be destroyed, man. Point blank, period, you know. It says, and bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. You see, and that waster are these nuclear missiles, man. Even that guy Oppenheimer said when they finally created the atomic bomb or whatever it was, that I have become death. I have become the destroyer of worlds. You see, and one thing that they didn't understand at that time was that the Most High gave man that, gave man the inspiration or the ability to be able to create these weapons, because ultimately they're the Most High's weapons, which I'm going to show you. All right. And when you read this in the NLT, Isaiah 54:16, it says, I have created the blacksmith. And what was a blacksmith in the ancient world? It was a man that created weapons, you see, and there ain't no difference today. They're just more on a more highly technological level, but it's still the same concept. There's nothing new under the sun, man. All right. Hey, just like you had arrows back then, you have the more modern, sophisticated version via these nuclear missiles, man, and more deadlier and more in a destructive fashion, but still the same concept and idea. It says, I have created the blacksmith who fans the coals beneath the forge and makes the weapons of destruction. And I have created the armies that destroy. You see? And this is all the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. See, and people have to get this through their mind and have to understand that this destroying wind that's coming is ultimately the destruction and judgment of Babylon the Great, America. And this is why America is no longer going to be inhabited, which I'm going to show you in Revelation, the 18th chapter. All right. That destroying wind is this nuclear destruction that's going to come upon America in its whole entirety. Now, you're going to have other places that's going to get hit with missiles. You know, maybe Russia might get hit with missiles, particularly the land of Israel, definitely with those small hats and those heathens over there. That land has to be cleansed via prophecy. But we know that when these missiles are shot, it's not going to destroy the whole entire earth, because like the scriptures say, the earth abideth forever. But there's particular places, mainly America, the whole United States, which is going to be totally decimated and utterly destroyed by these nuclear missiles as the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai upon Babylon for what has been done to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the Israelites here in this country, man. For all of the slavery, the rape, robbery, the murder, the crack, the brutal captivity and oppression that we had to suffer here under the modern day Egyptians, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, aka the Babylonians. Hey, the Lord is going to utterly, literally destroy this place, and it's never going to be inhabited ever again. That's the destroying wind and the judgment that is coming upon Babylon the Great. And this is why we're constantly telling our people to repent, man, get yourself right and come out of this place, meaning first spiritually and mentally, understanding that there is no investment to be made here in America because it's ultimately going to be destroyed by the Most High. All right. We're going to be avenged for all the hell that we had to catch. You hear all these atheists talking about, oh, if there was a God, why we have to go through slavery, yada, 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 not understanding that, hey, it was part of our punishment and part of our judgment to have to come here and to serve slavery. But the best part about it is that, hey, we're going to be avenged for all the hell and all the oppression and the slavery, the rape, robbery, and the murder that we, living in the ghettos and in the slums and being slaves here in this country is not going to go unpunished. And we're going to be avenged of this place, literally, when the Lord destroys this place and erase all memories of the hell and the captivity and the slavery and the bondage and the pure hell we had to catch while being here in this society, man. All right. So let me go back here. And it says, verse 4, it says, thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans. And that's another code word for America, is the land of the Chaldeans. It says, and they that are thrust through in her streets. Verse 5, for Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. You see? So we haven't been forsaken. A lot of Jake, like I said, they'll be like, oh, if there really was a God and we're so special to God, why we have to go all through this and look at us now? Well, like I just explained, it was part of our punishment. We broke the covenant. We had to get our ass whooped, man. But the beautiful part about it is in these last days, the Lord is sending out his prophets, sending out his servants. He's gathering the elect, to come out here and to bring forth judgment upon Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, these nations, and the land of our captivity, to where now the Lord is not going to forsake us. He's through the sacrifice and the shedding of the blood of Yahushua, now we're being brought back to the Father, to where we're not going to be forsaken. We wasn't brought here to serve this punishment and to be slaves and to be niggas and hoes and bitches and coons and monkeys and slaves to Esau, Edom, and to be on the bottom forever. All right. Hey, our captivity is just, let me get that real fast, man. I don't want to lose where I'm at. Let's get that Lamentations 4. All right. And this is Lamentations 4:21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. And who was Edom? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man today. So the Lord is telling him, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. And that cup is slavery, man. Punishment, judgment. He's not finna go unpunished, man. You hear that nigga Charleston White, if there was a God, how come white man, he ain't getting did what he did to us for 400 years, not knowing that, nigga, he is going to get what he is going to go. He's not going to go unpunished. He is going to go into slavery, man. I can read that in Revelations, 13, 9, and 10 tells you, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. But just because it's not happening on the niggas' time, or when these niggas think that it should happen, they think that it's never going to happen. But hey, it is going to happen. The Lord is not a man that he should lie. But prophecy is a process. It takes time. Thing has to play out. The word, all the prophecies in the word of the Most High has to be fulfilled before particular things can happen. But we can see this man's kingdom and his power and his rulership is being diminished each and every day, man. And the Lord is setting up to where he's about to raise up the elect and eventually the whole nation of Israel to be rulers in the nation of kings and priests. And we're going to rule over our oppressors, man. Those that have devoured us are going to be devoured. All right. We're about to get the ultimate reparations package, not in the form of some goddamn Federal Reserve notes or some land here in Babylon the Great or in America that's soon to be destroyed. You see, the Most High knows exactly what he's doing. You see, you average Jake, you so-called black people, you don't understand true judgment. You think if a white man, the Lord's not going to let you get reparations here in America and get fake money and land that's eventually going to be judged and destroyed by the Most High. He has something way better in store for us, man. But like I said, the average nigga has a microwave mind frame. He doesn't really understand, the beautiful things that the Lord has prepared for those that trust in him. But eventually they will, all right, and they'll see. And guess what? You're not going to cry. You're not going to buck up. Because some of these niggas will tell you, I don't think it's fair, man. The white man, two wrongs don't make it right. The white man shouldn't go into slavery. Yeah, shut up, nigga, because you don't know nothing. All right. Hey, and when the Lord gets this devil back and puts you in your right spirit, you're going to be 144% totally satisfied with the reparation package Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has prepared for us, man. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to be beyond your wildest dreams. But you and your little nigga mind frame, you can't really comprehend that right now. But hey, your eyes will see in that day. All right. It says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. You see? It says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Who is Zion? The Israelites. The word Zion is a Hebrew word that to Zion, which means a monument of remembrance. And that's what we are. We're a monument and a remembrance of the Most High that will never be forgotten. Like I was just reading in Isaiah. It says, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. You see? So the Lord's going to visit Esau. He's not going to go unpunished, man. And the Lord has this devil in the perfect trick bag, has him set up perfectly to receive his ultimate judgment. But it's going to start with America, Babylon the Great, being totally obliterated and being destroyed, which is the military power of the so-called white man. And the Lord's going to break it and destroy it. All right? It says, he will discover thy sins. All right. And let's read 21 in the NLT. It says, are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? So this is the Lord saying, look, you niggas, because Esau is rejoicing. He think he's about to get his new world order popping. He think he has everything in place to enslave humanity with this digital, beast system, UBI, CBDCs, taking away your right to bear arms, your right to free speech. So he's rejoicing, thinking that he's about to establish his, his kingdom forever. Use artificial intelligence to wipe the memory of the Most High off the planet, making genetically modified organisms, trying to create man in his own image, hijacking the creation of the Most High to try to make it his own, thinking that he's about to, get shit really popping for himself. But he's going to be broken. It says, but you too must drink from the cup of Yahweh's anger. You too will be stripped naked in your drunkenness. You see? So this devil's not going to go unpunished, man. The Lord has the devil right exactly where he wants him, man. All right. And it says, where was it? Oh, yeah. It says, for Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. You see, the Lord's vengeance is coming upon Babylon the Great and upon Esau, man. It says he will render unto her a recompense, a payback, man. See, and the part of the payback is for America to be totally obliterated with the nuclear missiles of all these different nations that are round about her. All right, let's get this. All right. And this is, you see, because one of the things that Esau is failing to realize is that all this war that he's causing, all that strife he's causing over there with those small hats, over there with Hezbollah, with the Iranians, with the Russians, with, with China eventually, all these wars that he's trying to muster and gather up, he thinks he's going to be successful. But the Lord is going to lay a snare under this devil, and he's going to lose this. He's going to lose this war this time. But through his pride and through his arrogance, he thinks he's going to be able to, get the victory. But he's not, man. He thinks he has everything in his control, not knowing that the Lord is setting a snare for his dumbass. All right. And this is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. It says, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. And that's this third world war that you see brewing up. While all you niggas is being distracted with this whole P. Diddy, the Diddler, this small base bullshit. that is constantly on the minds and on the lips of all you so-called Negroes out there. All you niggas is talking about is Diddy and who's gonna get in trouble? Oh, who's this? Who's that? Knowing that that's just a fucking distraction from this third world war. This is about to be implemented, and this devil was putting who in power to take control of the shipping supply. You got that whole situation over there in the East Coast with the supply chain, with the strike that's about to happen, which is going to bring famine, which is going to bring more straightness and tightness and more inflation and shrinkflation and hyperinflation. Here it is, you're getting ready to be set up for the complete okie doke, but all you niggas can talk about is P. Diddy and who's next bullshit. But little do you know that, hey, this third world war is about to pop off, man. And great judgment is about to be brought down upon this place. It says, how was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? It's talking about America. How was the hammer, how was the greatest military the earth has ever seen eventually going to be broken asunder? Because the average American, they think America's never going to go down. America's military is too powerful. Nobody can stop the American military. Not knowing that, hey, the American military on paper sounds good, but the Lord has he's weakening it from the inside out. It's getting ready to be taken, and it's getting ready to be utterly spread too thin when this third world war pops off, man. And this place is going to be left defenseless and open to the complete destruction that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has prescribed for it. It says, how has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Ultimately, because this place is going to be hit with all of those nuclear missiles. This is the land of unwalled villages, man. This place is wide open for every type of sneak attack, and the Most High is making it be so. It says, I have laid a snare or a trap for thee. You see? Let me read this in the NLT, man. It says, Jeremiah 50:23, it says, Babylon, or America, the mightiest hammer in all the earth, lies broken and shattered. Babylon is desolate among the nations. Listen, Babylon, for I have set a trap for you. Ye are caught, for you have fought against the Lord, Yahweh. You see? It says, Yahweh has opened his armory. What is an armory? A place where you place weapons. And what is inside this armory is these nuclear missiles, which are the Most High's weapons of his indignation. And the Lord, and like we've been doing videos, hey, there's been plenty of videos where the angels will fly over these military installations where these nuclear missiles are, and the chariots and the angels that are in them turn on these missile silos, man. They can control these things. So like I said, even if they don't press the button, guess what? The angels are going to, the spirit of the Most High is going to be on the angels to be on these different nuclear sites to make these missiles be shot, whether they press the button or not. So all things are in the hands and in the control of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is why you need to fear the Most High, man. And this is how the trap is going to be snared. The Lord put the spirit on these on these nations to build these missiles, not knowing that the Most High has complete and total control over them being shot or not. You see? And this is the snare that's being laid for America, man. It says Yahweh has opened his armory and brought out weapons to vent his fury. That's why these weapons are so goddamn dreadful and so powerful, because the Lord gave these nations the ability to create such massive weapons of destruction to appease the destructive nature of these missiles. Basically, are a extension of the anger and the vengeance and the fury of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. You see? The Yahweh has opened his armory and brought out weapons to vent his fury. The terror that falls upon the Babylonians will be the work of the sovereign Yahweh of heaven's armies. See that? It says, yes, come against her from distant lands. Break open her garneries. Crush her walls and houses into heaps of rubble. Destroy her completely and leave nothing. See? And that's what these missiles are going to do. You see, this is that destroying wind that the scriptures is talking about. Yeah, it said, destroy even her young bulls. It will be terrible for them too. Slaughter them all, for Babylon's day of reckoning has come. Listen to the people who have escaped from Babylon. And the only one that's going to escape this judgment and destruction of Babylon, aka America, is going to be the elect. And how are we going to escape, you ask? We're going to be taken up into the chariots, beamed up into what you call UFOs. As wild and as crazy and as sci-fi as that sounds to the unlearned average person, hey, that's how the elect are going to escape, man. See, that's the only place you can escape this nuclear onslaught and judgment and fury of the Most High. If you're here on America, is to be taken up into heaven. All right. And this is where you get the lake of fire. It's going to be America completely being annihilated, like it shows you right here. You see? Look, areas in the U.S., you see? Because they know America's going to get hit with a whole lot of these, man. You know, when you look at the map of America where it shows, see, look at this, the U.S. nuclear targets. You see? That's why it speaks about, the 10th part of the city is going to fall. Those 10 FEMA regions here in America, they're going to be destroyed by these nuclear missiles, man. It says, listen to the people who have escaped from Babylon as they tell in Jerusalem how Yahweh our power has taken vengeance against those who destroyed his temple. It says, send out a call for archers to come to Babylon. Surround the city so none can escape. Do to her as she has done to others, for she has defied Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. Her young man will fall in the streets and die. Her soldiers will all be killed, says Yahweh. See, I am your enemy, you arrogant people, says Yahweh, the Lord of heaven's armies. Your day of reckoning has arrived, the day when I will punish you. You see? A land of arrogance, you will stumble and fall, and no one will raise you up, for I will light a fire in the cities of Babylon that will burn up everything around them. This is what Yahweh of heaven army says. The people in Israel and Judah have been wronged. Their captors hold them and refuse to let them go. See, and this is why America spiritually is known as Egypt. Isn't that what happened in Egypt? The Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart and he refused to let us go until the day that the Lord brought judgment on that place. And it's the same thing that's going to happen here to this modern day Egypt, Babylon the Great, America, man. You see, it's going to be with this type of, judgment that the Lord is going to send that destroying wind here upon Babylon the Great, man. And we're going to be avenged, man. You see, so all this God bless America bullshit is all nonsense. The Lord just said here that I am your enemy, O arrogant people. And who is the most arrogant people on the planet Earth? Is the Edomites. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and this American society, man. That's why everywhere around the planet, people hate Americans because they see how arrogant and how proud you are. You think your shit don't stink. You think you're better than everybody. You see, but hey, the Lord has the remedy for that, man. All right, and let me get this precept where it says, the 29, it says, send out a call for archers to come to Babylon. Surround the cities so that none can escape. Do to her as she has done unto her. All right, and when you get this here in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 1, it says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. It says, gird up yourselves with sack of cloth and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent up upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man, let me get to the point. Let me turn down here. Verse 7, it says, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. There's those arrows again, man. And when these missiles are shot, man, ain't nobody going to be able to send it back. Nobody's going to be able to press rewind. Nobody's going to be able to stop these things. Because like I said earlier, the Lord's going to put his spirit in these missiles to hit their target with pinpoint accuracy, man. And to appease the fury and the vengeance of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, wherever these missiles are designated to be hit. And we know all of America will be destroyed. It says, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? All right. It says, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they began to be shot into the ends of the world. You see that? And that's these ICBM missiles. Intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Russia has missiles that have 5,000 mile range, man, that can be here, hypersonic, supersonic missiles that can be here less than 20 minutes, man. You see this right here? Russia's nuclear threat. This is how this place is going to be totally destroyed. Babylon the Great, America, man. Just like this, missiles. You see these missiles like they're coming in battle formations? Let me show you this, man. All right, let me show you this. Where is that? Is that in Joel? How does it go? Break ranks. Oh, yeah, here we go. Joel 2:7. This is talking about the missiles too. This is where is it? This is Joel chapter 2. This is Joel 2:1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any after it, even to the years of many generations." It's talking about the nuclear destruction. "A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them." You see, this is that destroying wind, this nuclear onslaught, which is coming to Babylon the Great. It says, "The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, as horsemen, so they run." Right, they're running how? Like they're running in that little clip I just showed you, man. They're going to be running like this in formation, like this video right here, man. Likened unto horses, like a cavalry coming. This is how the missiles are going to come. You see, this is what this is describing. It says, like the noise of chariots on them. Oh, Slakia. It says, where was I? Yeah, it says, "And nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses," because horses represent power. And that's how these missiles are going to come when they're shot. "And as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of the chariots on the top of mountains, they shall leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array." Because remember, these are the Most High's weapons of his indignations. This is part of his armory, are these nuclear missiles. Verse 6, "Before their face the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his way, and they shall not break their ranks," meaning that there's going to be no defense to stop these missiles when they're shot, man. Remember, the Lord's going to put his spirit in these missiles. They're going to be, when they're shot, they're going to be guided and protected by the power of the angels to execute perfectly. You see, it says, "Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his own path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded." You see, it's not going to be no defense against these things. You're not going to have no Iron Dome. You're not going to have no military defense to try to knock down some or deter some. They're not going to malfunction. They're going to be coming in their perfection to execute the judgment of the Most High. It says, "They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief." Because, hey, that nuclear wind, that nuclear fire, that besom of destruction that they're going to release is going to, be all up and through Babylon the Great. It says, "The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of Yahweh is great and very terrible. Who can abide in it?" Because only the elect are going to abide in it, man. And it's going to totally destroy Babylon the Great, America, man. Period, point blank. Let me get this Revelations 18, and I'm going to close it there. And it says Revelations 18:1. You can read the whole chapter. I'm not going to read the whole chapter, all right? This is Revelations 18:1. "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird." Because after destruction of America, only desert creatures are going to reside here. The Arabian's not going to pinch his tent. Nobody's going to ever inhabit America, Babylon the Great, ever again. It's going to be left as a memorial. to those that should live wickedly is going to be the Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. Let me get the point. Here we go. I guess I'll read up a little bit. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive none of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. You see, and coming out of her mean we're going to come out of this place. We're going to be taken up into the chariots before this place is ultimately destroyed. It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. Like I read in Lamentations, the 4th chapter, Esau is going to be unpunished. He's not going to ride off into the sunset. This place has hell to pay for what it has done. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works, and the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. Remember, like I was reading, was that Isaiah the 54th chapter, how this place was proud against the Most High. This is talking about America, the most proud place and arrogant place on this earth, and it's going to be visited, man. And it has not been forgotten. And this place is still tallying up sin upon sin upon sin. It says, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she have saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall not see sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. She shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. You see, it says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her. All these nations that make money with America, that's involved in this dollar, that do trade with this place, that's gotten rich off of the consumerism of America, that's taking on this dollar and democracy, that rub elbows with this whore, they're going to see this place get literally annihilated and burnt, and they're going to see it from afar. It says, and have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. You see? And her judgment is going to be via these nuclear missiles, man. All right? And this place is never going to rise again. All right? And we're going to rejoice, and we're going to make merry and sing the song of Moses after this place is ultimately and literally destroyed and rise and rise no more, man. You see? And this is how that great destroying wind is going to come and totally annihilate and destroy Babylon the Great via the weapons of the Most High's indignation and the wrath of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit in me to do this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom.